Well, interesting song suggestion. This is what y'all want me to listen to. Ooh, I'm about to rattle some feathers with this one. Y'all know what I like about when y'all give me these suggestions is you always make sure to be really careful about the why you're suggesting a song. Like for instance, you'll say, hey, I think you should listen to this song because we think you can handle it, because you think that people will actually listen to me since they're clearly not listening to you. We know you won't get offended just by the song title. We've acknowledged that your EQ is kind of Artemis 2 level. You feel me? We think that you'll be able to pick up what we're putting down. But even if you don't, we don't think you'll disrespect us. We think that you'll be an ally, but we're also willing to hear you out if you disagree. You all say that in so few words, and I actually really appreciate that because again, I've said this time and time again, in a world where I am putting myself out here honestly and authentically with a lot of vulnerability, it can be really easy for me to give an opinion, give a voice, and then I kind of leave it to you all. Like I'm one voice versus hundreds, sometimes thousands of comments on a video. I can't argue with you all. You know, I can't hear you all. I can't be on the same side of every opinion all the time. So that leaves me open to scrutiny. So when I saw that you all wanted me to listen to Dead Men Don't Rape, I can imagine the sheer vitriol some of y'all may have by just typing that, by just seeing that suggestion, by just asking me, a man, to react to this. Here we are. Because at the end of the day, right, there is a tool, there is power in instilling fear in the oppressed. I understand that lane, and through that lane and that lens, I try to work with you all. I try to understand where you're coming from. I try to lend a voice, lend a perspective, lend an ear, lend an opinion that I think even if you disagree, it's met with empathy, love, and care. I try really hard to be sensitive to these topics and these discussions. This song will be no different. And I felt like I needed to do a really long, quote unquote, long intro because this one I feel like will be more emotional in terms of the subject matter than some of the other songs that we've listened to. But a lot of you said, hey, we just gonna put you right there. You gonna go right to the tail end. Roe v. Wade, we know you didn't like that overturned. We know you probably discussed that. I have. So I know she wrote it. If I have a little bit of context, I know she wrote this around the same time as Roe v. Wade being overturned. So seems poignant. Seemed like it's a good time to just jump in head first. Let's see how I am. Y'all know me. If I don't like it, y'all know I'm gonna say it, but we'll see. And I appreciate the trust and care. Dead Men Don't Rape. Delilah Bond, I'm assuming, is the name. God, I already know dudes probably hated this shit just off title alone. I know they mad. Let's see if I'm gonna join them.
Dead men don't rape. Dead men don't rape. Dead men don't rape. They get so offended when I say dead men don't rape. But where is the anger when I say women are dying? This is my body is mine, don't belong to the government. This is my body, it's mine to decide what the fuck I can do with it. This is my body, my right to decide is my right to my freedom. This is my body, yeah, not just a body, yeah. Deciding a war, creating a scene, my body is not just a playground. From them with the guns, religion and greed, they're taking our freedom to breathe now. And freedom to choose is taken away, how many more babies will die now? How many women will die now? Tell me how many more people will die now? It's never been
Okay, I can already see this about to be something I like. Paused at the wrong time, girl. I paused at the wrong time, but I wanted to call this line out real quick.
Women will die now. Tell me how many
right here.
Is taken away. How many more babies will die now?
You know, it's interesting because I listened to that line where she goes, if that's taken away, how many more babies will die now? I almost take that as not even her just talking about unborn babies. Like, I don't even take that line a bit as her talking about just fetuses, but also the children who are already born, like how we'll call them babies. And I almost want to say, you are condemning a lot of these kids who you claim you care about because you're the pro-lifers, right? So you're taking these kids that you care about, but you're not really setting the moms or these kids up to succeed once these kids are born. You're almost condemning these babies who are now born in a more tumultuous life. And if you had just let the mother decide what was best for her body and her child, I try really hard, or at least I used to try. And in my old age, I've just stopped trying. But there used to be a world where I really wanted to understand, okay, if so many men, if so many people want so badly to be a voice for the voiceless, as they say, I must be missing something. There has to be something something I'm missing for so many of you to take time out of your day when there's so many other things going on right now to write legislation and to boycott and to protest and be loud and to push propaganda that forces women to have these babies. Surely I must be missing something. I can't express to y'all how quickly that idea and that thought process and that think piece left my body. It's just it's just control. And I know a little bit about people wanting to control your autonomy. So yeah, I get that. But I say all that to say, hopefully in that word soup and that word salad, y'all get what I'm trying to say. That it's interesting that you are condemning these babies and more kids to probably die in a foster care system that we don't give a fuck about, that you're not setting the women up for success. You're not setting these moms up and these parents for success. You're not setting these kids up to have education, healthcare, and access and clean water and clean food. But you want them to be alive though. As long as they're born, you're happy. Now, whether they live or not, that's a different story. But hey, we gave them a voice. We just won't listen to it when they speak. Got you. Understood.
In a way, how many more babies will die now? How many women will die now?
That is a crazy visual with the underwear.
Pro-life, only been pro-white, black mothers fighting for justice. And what about babies? You want to save them? You only care when they're unborn.
I just said that.
It doesn't affect you. But in the century we're sinking. Effects of the anger, feminist power, new generation is screaming. To the government, this is my body. It's mine to decide what the fuck I can do with it. This is my body. My right to decide is my right to my freedom. This is my body. Yeah, I am somebody. Yeah. All of these men do it in secret, not ready to be a father. So where are their voices? Where is the anger? Acting like it doesn't matter. Punish the victim, making her suffer. Nobody even believes her. Now she is pregnant, having his baby, raped by her very own father. They say I'm overreacting, but how can I smile, put on a face when all my sisters are dying? The free of the rapist, child molesters walking around tasting their freedom. Because of the system, no more abortions and fuck all the children that need them. Dead man, dog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that almost gave me goosebumps. And it's less even about what she's saying, and it's how she's saying it. The emotion in her voice and the anger and rage in her voice singing this song, I'm like feeling the rage for her. And that's been something that I've been feeling constantly through a lot of these videos is I'm not even a woman. And even I'm feeling the anger on your behalf. That is my allyship trying to shine through. That is my blackness, my understanding oppression, my understanding being marginalized, my understanding that automatically being looked at or being heard completely puts me in a different bracket, in a different conversation, in a different topic. It is my one small lane where I try to understand what it's like through your eyes. And I appreciate that she shouted out, where's that one, pro-life, pro-right. And then she took the time to talk about black mothers. Like first of all, there's no group on this entire planet more impacted by oppression and systemic bullshit than black women. So I appreciate that was called out, because then I always get into these conversations between black men and white women. And those are always really fun conversations that I have. And I'm not interested in the victim Olympics. I'm just not interested in playing the oppression fucking game that a lot of people online and who are chronically online want to play. My job is to understand who's being marginalized, who are the victims, who are being oppressed, who are being hurt, who are being cast out, who are now, being given a lack of resources and a lack of funding and a lack of understanding, who feels unheard, and to speak for and with you. That is it. Like, I'm not interested in anything else. So I always applaud when I have songs and I have people like this that clearly see the writing on the wall, or in this case, the writing on her body, and can speak to it. I mean, like, just shout out to you for being able to do that. I like that. I like it a lot. And that's a fire line. I like that line.
How many rights will they take from the women, non-binary, trans people? Violence is it the answer? Maybe it isn't. Instead we'll discover the strength of our feminine power. The the strength of our anger and numbers. We are the witches, they burn at the stake. Black, brown, indigenous women replaced with voices of only white women today who don't know the struggles that these women face. But this
Thank you. Shout out to you.
We stand with our sisters of that very race. We understand racism still has its place in oppressing so many young women today. So keep your politics out of my uterus.
Yeah, shout out for her calling that out. Shout out to her calling that out, because not only is racism still has its place, racism still is the place. I mean, I know that this song and, you know, the topics that we talk about are very gendered, and it talks more about sexism, misogyny, and the patriarchy more than the race element. But the race element is absolutely as important as the gendered element. When white women decide to entrench themselves in black circles, whether that's black female circles or just black circles, period, you start to really understand that, and this is what really makes me angry about black men sometimes, is that black women, and I'm talking for my sisters, I'm talking about my grandmother, my mother, black women will look towards black men to defend them. They will look towards black men to stick up for them way before they will look towards white women, as they fucking should. And it is a massive disappointment and it absolutely, and it makes me emotional, and it pisses me off when black men let black women down. That absolutely fucking pisses me off, because it's the one group. When I walk into a bar, it's the bar test. I've always called it the bar test. When I walk into a bar, what is the first thing I look for to increase my comfort level? What's the very first thing I look for? Anybody in my circle will tell you the answer, and it's always the same one of two: black men or black women. I always look for black people. If black people are in a room where I go, it could be a room full of white women, I'm uncomfortable. I'm fucking uncomfortable. I am more comfortable with black men and black women than I will ever be with white people. And if that shouldn't offend you. That should be an understood dichotomy. Like, we should be able to understand that about one another, because you have that same attitude when it comes to men and women, and I would understand that. Any white women, as much as I love in the comments, they go, I'm more comfortable around black men than white men. Trust me, boo. I'm on your side. I'm your ally till I die. I promise you that. But there is no world where I am offended if a white woman say, you know what, I'm actually just a bit more comfortable if I had my white women friends with me. If I walk into a bar and there's more white women there than there are men, including black men, that wouldn't bother me. My job is not to be offended. My job is to understand what she's saying and why she's saying it. I feel like if more people took the time to go back to basics of fucking communication and just understood the underlying foundation as to why we say the things we say and why she's sitting here yelling and singing a song about dead men not raping. If all you got out of that is, well, she said dead men, she mentioned men, she's talking about me, I am men, I am now angry. You should be more angry at the fact that she even had to write the damn song than you being mad that she said the word men. This is the thing that pisses women and pisses allies off, is because you're missing the fucking plot. And the only people winning are the ones fucking upstairs in their high tower castles, pulling the strings and watching us fight each other. That shit pisses me the fuck off. So I say all that to say, I really appreciate this perspective. Her mentioning the racial topic. She's mentioning the racial element. She's highlighting black women. She's highlighting indigenous people. She's not throwing the racism bathwater out to highlight sexism. She's saying all of this oppression and all of this nonsense is contributing to why they're so angry and why they feel so misheard, that they're literally begging for allyship and they're begging for power to be put back in its rightful place. And I'm not mad at that. Why would I be mad at that? Why would I be mad at that? In a world where my ancestors had to fight tooth and nail constantly every second for an iota of power, why would I be mad at her wanting the same thing? I got you. I got you. Also, this shit slaps.
So many young women today. So keep your politics out of my uterus and your hands off my body. My body, my choice, my future. Keep your hands off my body. When it comes to motherfucking rights to a girl, keep your politics out of my body. My body, my choice, my future. Keep your hands off my body. Women are dying.
how you hear that song and not get angry with her, bro? That shit, hearing her cry almost, hearing her cry almost got me emotional, bro. Like it's just bullshit. I'm not doing that on these videos no more. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that on these videos no more. I'm not doing that on these videos no more. I'm not doing this on these videos no more. How do you not get pissed off? How are you not angry on her behalf? Like, how are you not angry? If you have, if you have a mom, a sister, a grandmother, somebody somewhere who you even remotely thinks can relate to this song, why is your initial emotion not anger, not frustration, not being pissed, not wanting to fight, not wanting to grab a pitchfork? And again, men always use the same excuse. Well, women don't want me in their field, where women told me to stay out, where women told me that this is, you know who has never heard that? Me! I've never heard that. That says more about you than it says about anything else. If she is telling you that she doesn't want you in her women-dominated field, you have done something wrong. I promise you. I promise you. The amount of times I am literally a man who sits up here and does these reacts and speaks on behalf of women, and 99.9% of them never shut me out. Why do you think that is? Because they know I'm an ally, because they know I'm on their side, because they know I get pissed off as much as they do. I would want them to be as pissed off for me if some black shit happens as I am whenever some women shit happens. Of course I'm pissed off. I love women. Why am I not mad about it? Of course I'm mad. That's what the fucking ally is. Empathy isn't about taking on your shit and letting it change my life. It's about being able to understand and feel what you feel and being able to articulate, communicate, and fight alongside you. I will never know what it's like to be a woman. That is not enough to keep me from being an ally, and it shouldn't be enough to keep anyone from being an ally. Well, I'm white and I'm not black, so because I don't understand black struggle, I don't got empathy for it. You know who you sound like right now? Every fucking dictator, fascist, and asshole that has ever walked this fucking planet. I don't need to have a vagina to understand that people with vaginas are struggling. I don't need that. Why do people need to feel oppression to understand what it's like to relate to someone who has been oppressed and or to be an ally for the oppressed? Like, I've just never understood that. I need to know what it's like to be a victim, to feel bad for victims. I need to know what it's like to be oppressed, to feel bad for the oppressed. Nah, it sounds like you're a sociopath and we have no room for allies like you no more in 2026 going forward. I have a similar fucking visceral response on your behalf, and I didn't even write the damn song. I'm late to it. I'm 3 years late to to this damn song, and I feel bad. I already know. I don't even need to Google it. I don't need to Google it. I already know that men don't like the song. I am so sorry. Being an ally has become difficult. Being an ally shouldn't be a fucking legendary Pokemon, bro. It shouldn't be that hard to catch them. Fucking stupid, bro. There is a wealth of evidence, statistics, historical context, and historical information that tells you that men have been dominating women and people of color for as long as you could blink your eyeballs, as long as planets crash into each other and exploded. And the fact that we are still in the probably young ass age of 2026, and we are still making excuses for why we're not defending women is a fucking joke. It is a fucking joke, bro. And I feel bad for you if that's your attitude. Shit, I gotta go. Y'all got me pissed off. Y'all got me fucking hot. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I don't ever want somebody to come in this area and come in this orbit and think that this ain't a safe space. I'm talking to women who have been mistreated. I'm talking to men who have been assaulted. I'm talking to everybody who feels like they either don't have a voice or that they haven't found that little pocket of YouTube or they pocket of the internet. Bitch, I'm your friend. I'm y'all's fucking friend. Like, send them to me. Send the assholes to me. I'll leave them a voicemail cussing them out. Like, bro, I'm so sick of this shit, man. Don't stop sending me the songs. I'm not offended by the Dead Men Don't Rape thing because, one, again, I know it ain't about me. And two, this ain't nothing more than an angry anthem. This ain't nothing more than an anthem for people who feel like they've been misheard, that they've been misunderstood, and that they haven't communicated exactly what it is that they feel walking around this planet as a woman. I don't know what that feels like, but you better be rest assured, I'm gonna always fight for your right to feel that way. And if you ever need someone to talk to, go to the comment section. My community is amazing. I see y'all share these stories all the time. Y'all share so many different opinions and so many different thoughts, and you share different pieces of advice. And that shit literally sometimes in the middle of the night, like, y'all just be having me tear up with the shit that y'all say, man. I'm getting emotional again. I'm gonna go. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If I can listen or do anything for you, you already know all you gotta do is say the word. You know what? Let me go ahead and hit you with the spiel. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. God, that feels icky after that saying that. But maybe if you do, you'll come back and maybe other people will find me. Ain't about me, it's about the algorithm. But I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really appreciate it. I love y'all. I hear y'all, and we're going to keep doing the work. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace. Jesus Christ.
We're just living on the TikTok. Sad boys not knowing when the hit stop. Sad girls just scramble that their lips pop. These feels make waves like I skip rock. Everybody with their finger on the tick box. Every second is a minute when you lip lock. Take breaths when you finish, just a pit stop. Watch time move slow like a wristwatch. We're all trapped to the end.